The Riverland is a very active place on a nice autumn's afternoon, but just as interesting things happen there at night, you know. And so, for a change, this is a night story, and it's all about the Moonette. Well, that's just exactly right. It's really all about the moon, the river, and four adventurous Poblocks. It's a beautiful moonlight night. But Bantam Bandicoot and his friend Clusen Cat are having a late night supper, a very fine severities too. Cheese, with chicken leg sauce. But such a supper doesn't appeal very much to Bantam, especially since he had every night for a week. You see, Clusen loves cheese.
Yeah, Bantam, it's my own recipe, you know. Can't be long.
Poor Bantam Bandicoot. He's too polite to tell Clusen Cat that he said a very word cheese makes his stomach turn over, so he tries to swallow a few more slice.
Come on, Bantam, I'm warned about you. Growing up animals have to eat, you know. And we've got a special treat tomorrow. Cheese slice with dripping sauce. You'll love that.
That finishes Bantam, he just playing with his food, while the cat finishes his second helping.
Well, Bantam, what about a breath of mint air before we go to bed, Do as good, I think. Beautiful moon tonight, isn't it, Bantam? Everything you know, every time I see the moon, I think of those mischievous Poblocks.
What? Poblocks? What have Poblocks got to do with the moon?
And then, Clusen tells Bantam the story of the night that Spanish Moonette came down to bathe. It all began on a night, such as the two loving animals are enjoying. The moon was a great gleaming ball of yellow, tossed up against the inky black sky. Shafts of moonlight drifted over the tops of the wooden trees, guided the still surface of the night river, and painted in shining gold the rustling reefs along his land. The moon was so close, that you felt that could almost reach up, and touch it. There is no sound, except the soft whisper of the river, and croaking of the frogs. This is Puck is asleep with the broom under his arm. But if this is Puck was sound asleep but with children weren't.
Is it safe? Is it safe? No, it wasn't.
I guess you're right, Poblock, it wasn't, for this is Puck woke up and called them back and scolded them for being out, and told them that there was a very special reason why they couldn't be out on all nights.
A reason? A special reason? Very special reason. You see, this is the night that the moon comes down to bathe. And the moon is very beautiful and very shy. Now, she certainly wouldn't like it if she thought that four naughty ducks were watching her. Now, come to bed, or you'll have a special reason for not sitting down tomorrow.
Everything became quiet once more, and the Riverland slumbered in peace. But not for very long. For soon the Poblocks escaped again, and this time Puck didn't wake up. Now of course, they were determined to see the moon. How strange the familiar things of daytime looked by the haunting light of the moon. It's rather frightening for Poblocks. Yet, on they went. But they weren't very happy. If one of them decides to go back, the others would have been only too glad to follow. But, on they went. One of them appeared timidly around a rock, and stood amazed. And the others too stood motionless, gazing at the river. For there, in a little inlet, lay the lovely moon. The Poblocks stood frozen in admiration.
Wow, I just simply got to meet her. I'm going in to see her, I am. No, 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 you'll get us into trouble, in terrible trouble. But I don't care. I'm going in anyway, see? Goodbye. No, 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 don't. You mustn't. Mother'll be furious. But it was too late.
I agree with Poblock number 3. But it was too late. And then, as his Poblocks watched Breath to see, the strangest thing happened. The terrified Poblocks watched as their poor frightened brother struggled towards the lake and scrambled out of the water. And then slowly, a miraculous change took place, in all the flashing fragments of light. And the clustered Poblocks watched in little-eyed astonishment, as the little particles of light came to rest in the center of the inlet. And soon a great glowing disk floated on the surface of the river. There before their eyes lay the calm and beautiful face of the moon. Now all was silent as they journeyed home, save for the far-off howl of a wolf. Perhaps it was just the effect of the night, the pale rays of the moonlight, and the deep quiet pools of darkness. Perhaps it was just their imagination, but tonight, the river seemed to be talking to someone. They stood very still, and listened. How strange! Whom could the river be talking to at this time of night? He was talking to the moon. And so, at long last, they made their way home to their bed.
Well, that's the story, Bantam. What do you think of it?
Well, it is beautiful, isn't it, Clusen? I wonder if we'll come down tonight,
Well, Bantam, I don't know whether it does not know. It's none of our business. We don't want to be like those inquisitive Poblocks. I think for us to do is to, get to bed. It's very late, you know, don't you think?
Funny about the river, isn't it, Clusen?
What? What do you mean?
Well, it seems all steady and reliable. Who could think start whispering to the moon?
You can't tell, Bantam. You just can't tell about people or animals or rivers.
No, I suppose you can't.
You're tired, Bantam. Go to bed. Go to bed, old friend,
And so he did.